Speed, post.
Ready.
Alrighty, ready in 5, 4.
All right, so let's start with the easy one, easy-ish one. What are some of the projects you've gotten to collaborate on with either some of your peers in fashion or outside of? What are some projects you've gotten to do?
The major big one that we did a couple of months back in April, we did the fashion gala, and it was my first time. Like last year I was a model, this time I was an actual designer, and just to get a chance to work in the background and knowing how to, just the whole background work of like a fashion show. It was a little nerve-wracking getting to know a lot of different people, a lot of different moving parts. It was, when I first got into it, I thought it would be like, okay, so we'll just do hair and makeup, pictures here and there. But it was a whole different ball game. Got a lot to see. I got a chance to talk with some of the makeup artists. I got a chance to see a lot of the different designs, and I actually got a chance to win a Fashion Innovation Award as well too. So that was a pretty big one for me.
Awesome. So you talk me through, so you started a little nervous and because it was bigger than expected.
Yeah.
Tell me what it felt like at the end.
A relief, like a breath of fresh air, because there was so many different moving parts. We had to set up the stage, try to get everything all set, making sure the models were going in perfectly, the runway is set up from start to finish. It was one of those things like a major accomplishment where if I could document the whole entire thing, it'd have been so awesome. But it was definitely, I recommend that to any other fashion students if they're looking to get into the fashion industry, this would be a great place to start.
So what were the, when you look back on it, what were the biggest best parts? What are the biggest things you learned or the things that you most enjoyed about a big project like that?
Getting out of your comfort zone. One of the major things I learned that it's okay to be different. It's okay to step out of that square, that comfort zone. And then also communication is a major big key. I think it's one of the few things that I didn't think would be a great deal to use. So I'm thinking, like, okay, cool, we'll be doing needles and just stitching, and then it turned into knowing how to talk with your peers, knowing how to communicate, knowing how to build relations. And my two professors are some of my best professors I have here, period. So I think communicating for sure. And one of my biggest takeaways is, of course, communication, and like the fact that we're able to go on study tours. Like, for an example, we went to New York. Recently, we went to Chicago, and then the previous one we went to Kansas City. So being able to do that in this type of environment, I think I really want to pick another different degree program just so I can stay in this community. So.
At DMAC?
Yeah.
And you feel like DMAC provides these, I mean, obviously Anna and Alicia are a big part of that.
Yeah.
But so can you talk about beyond Anna and Alicia, like what sort of community you feel like you have found at DMAC?
I never thought I would be the co-president of the fashion club, and I never thought I would be going into work study. Like, I'm a personal trainer here at TrailPoint, and I'm also doing work study as well. And so, I'm 32 years old, and I'm previously in the military for 11 and a half years. And so, coming back into this environment, it's like, me getting out, early retirement. It's like, who would have thought that I would be 32 years old, going back and get another degree in the fashion industry, into the whole program, meeting students that's much more younger than me. They some of them may look up to me, I don't know, but being able to set a great role model, be a great role model to someone, and for future veterans or some of the students I met that's in the gym. A lot of them, they're either going into the Army or the military, and they found out I was in the military, and I can see where they had so many different questions and stuff like that. So I think being a good role model on campus can be something good for anyone.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You've gotten to collaborate with a few different departments outside of fashion. Can you talk about what it's been like to work with other students in other areas?
Yeah, we actually did a photo shoot with the photography department in downtown Des Moines. That was super fun. I didn't think we would go way downtown, and we saw a lot of interaction from traffic coming in. The students were phenomenal. Their work is great. I actually did I did a photo shoot with one of the students recently as well too, and she did an amazing job, and a lot of the photos came out super well, and I'm actually building a better portfolio than the previous one from before.
What are your, if you could tell someone, like the opportunities to collaborate at DMAC, if you could tell them why that's a benefit, what are the benefits of collaboration here, in your mind, in your opinion?
Well, I think collaborating with students in general, especially on campus, it's a better way to build camaraderie. It's a great way to build relations. And then speaking, with COVID, it's happening right now. People are either taking online courses or working from home or coming on campus, and people are iffy about doing so. And now even like my little cousins, they're taking classes from home and don't even have to go to school. And so I think collaborating with different students and teachers and professors and coaches and athletes, I think it's a great deal. I think I'm thinking out loud here. I believe that collaborating with one another, getting out into the open versus being shut in for a long period of time, I think it's something great that we should kind of get back in the use of doing certain things, even though we keep our safe distance, but still, yeah.
So, but is there? Can you pinpoint why? Like, does the collaboration make you feel like? I mean, you can probably speak back to your military experience too, right? Like, or draw comparisons. Is there something about collaboration? Does it make you want to come back? Does it make?
What are the benefits?
Yeah.
Building great relations. I think just collaborating with people, you can, depending on what type of connections you have, the networking opportunities. Like one of the students in my class now, he has his own clothing line. And next thing you know, now we're taking photos, and now I'm on one of his websites, and now he has his own clothing apparel that's up and running on the social media. Even with my manager at the gym, just collaborating with him, he introduced me to an online portal where I can create my own fitness website and put up fitness products and workout routines and stuff like that. I think one of the major benefits it will be, one of the few, is just being able to collaborate with different people. That way you can extend out your, not necessarily your networking opportunities, but just, I don't know, just build better relations than what's already going on right now, because around the world is a little rough, but I mean, if we can get along with each other a little bit more better, be around a lot more people, get around people that we're not used to being around, I think that's a great impact for someone that's looking up to you or looking at you or watching you. I don't know if that was.
What's your biggest? What was the most surprising thing that being at DMAC is giving you?
It's like the cheapest college in the state of Iowa.
Print it.
I don't know if that was, can that be in there?
It says that all the time.
Yeah. It's the cheapest one. And just with DMAC in general, I didn't think I would have a 3.0 plus average on my grades. The classes are much easier. Some of the lectures they're a little rough, but I think that this community college it feels like home a little bit, honestly. And then you can also transfer to other major colleges. So it's like Iowa State is a skip and a hop away up the road. And so I got one of my friends of mine, he was at DMAC, and now he's at Iowa State, and he goes back and forth. So I'm thinking, like, man, should I go to Iowa State? But but yeah, so it's a good, yeah.
This is where I step in and be my advisor piece. So
Yeah,
sorry.
good.
That's okay.
So you're building this community and camaraderie in your classes. What happens then when it's time for the semester to end and the next semester? And what do you guys do or talk about
Well,
when the semester's getting ready to end, what do you do?
Well, I will say that I've thrown a few get-togethers, a couple of barbecues, projects like photo shoots. We went on road trips. Recently, we went to Omaha. It's just mainly just we build stronger friendships because we all come in the classroom. Most times we sit in the back, some of us sit in the front, and we just sit there and we just, sort of kind of get to know each other. And then towards the end of it, it's like we exchange numbers. Now we're in group chats, and now we're on social media. Now we're doing certain projects. We're working out together. We're training together. Jet skis. So basically, we're just building stronger friendships than what we thought we would come into once we came into class, if that makes any sense.
It makes a ton of sense. What was the thing that made you, like, why keep doing that? Like, why do you have those group chats?
Well, I think we all came in with a purpose in class. Some of us probably didn't really have an idea. I think it was, well, for me, in my position, well, for who I am and my background, I like to see how far can they take it. Like the passion that I have, and you can hear it in my voice probably, the passion that I have into fashion, into fitness. A lot of my other buddies and a lot of the guys and everyone in my group, I'm in like 6 different group chats, but it's the passion that we've kind of, we grew on each other because we saw the passion in each other, if that makes any sense. And we kind of just, well, for me, I like to see how far can you take it. Like if you're passionate, I can see your passion. Okay, cool. I want to go ahead along with this journey so I can see where your achievements will hit, where your goals will go to next. And then at the same time, once we all make it to the top, we can all congratulate each other, even though we still do it every day or so far.
Perfect. All right.
Whew. Thank you. Yeah, I was over here nervous and still trying to get it all out.
Come on over.